This is KGW News at noon.
Oregon's governor is sending in a mediator to work with Portland Public School District and its striking teachers. Hello, everyone. I'm Brenda Braxton. Thank you for joining us this noon. Today, the teachers' strike enters its second week. The district says the two sides have made progress on planning time for teachers, but not class sizes or pay raises. Governor Kotek is also dispatching the state CFO to review financial information and make sure both sides are working from the same set of numbers. The PPS school board is also involved. Here's the president of the teachers union.
Because of the board members at the bargaining table for the first time in about 10 months, I felt like we finally had a breakthrough at the table.
Today, the union and the district are working independently to craft their own proposals, but right now there are no plans to meet in person. Stay with KGW for continuing coverage of the teachers' strike. We'll have the latest on air, online, and on the KGW app. While striking workers in Yamhill County are back on the job this afternoon, their union reached a tentative contract agreement with the county late last night. The workers and the Board of Commissioners still need to ratify this deal. According to a press release from the union, the deal includes a 13% cost of living increase over the next 3 years, more consistent holiday pay, and a streamlined grievance procedure, among other things. In a statement, the president of the union branch said, quote, "We couldn't have achieved this without the support of the Yamhill County community." Well, Portland's living room will soon be decked out for the holidays. The city's Christmas tree arrived in Pioneer Courthouse Square just a couple of hours ago. You see it there in the middle of the screen on a flatbed truck. This is a live picture from our sky cam above the bricks. Our KGW crew, by the way, is down there too. We will check in with them in just a couple of minutes. So, Rod, is the fog downtown going to burn off anytime soon?
Well, the fog has lifted, so visibility is no longer an issue. So the question now, Brenda, is when will we break through this low cloud deck and get some sun? There are some areas around the Portland metro area in general starting to get it, but a lot of us are still overcast. This is the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club out on Loa. It's 48 degrees. Wasn't a 30, so temperatures have been able to warm up. And there's downtown, again, no longer a visibility issue. And we are actually at 50 degrees. And here's one of those spots on the east side getting some sun. That's Camas Meadows Golf Course. They've opened up some nice sunshine. As I mentioned, the visibility map is looking pretty good right now. We still have some dense fog between Salem, not dense, but lowered visibility between Salem and down toward Eugene. Temperatures, though, despite it all, should easily get up into the 50s today. I mean, even areas that are still overcast, as we just saw on some of my other temperatures, have warmed up to about 50. It's right now still 46 in Salem. So here we go. I would say confidence is reasonably high that all of us at this point will get at least some sunshine developing this afternoon. 54 at 4 o'clock. And of course, at that time, the sun's getting low and it's already starting to ease toward darkness. Next rainmaker comes in tomorrow. I've got that ahead in my 7-day forecast. Brenda?
All right. Thank you, Rod. We have some local election updates for you this afternoon. We'll start in Salem. Voters there rejected a tax on wages. The money would have paid for city services, but right now it's failing by an 82% margin. Voters also decided several school levies. One would continue funding the North Clackamas School District, and that is passing. But a bond to repair schools and increase safety in the Scappoose School District is failing. If you'd like to see results of races and ballot measures in your area, check out the Secretary of State's website. In the city of Vancouver, a state of emergency over growing concerns about drugs and homelessness. KGW's Blair Best found out what that declaration means for people who are living on the streets.
Sean Haswell moved his campsite from Portland to Vancouver for one reason.
I just wanted to get away from a big city. Portland, unfortunately, has become known nationwide as a city that you can come and camp and get high.
Now he stays in this lot outside Vancouver City Hall, where homeless people have been allowed to camp until now.
I'm cleaning the stuff up and I'm going to give some of my tents away.
On Tuesday, city officials pinned this notice to their tents. It says they have 1 week to move or they'll be arrested. And the city's response to this crisis is only getting stronger.
Everyone sat down and said, okay, what are our next steps? Because it's not getting better, it's getting worse, and it's getting worse rapidly.
So on Monday, they voted to create a homelessness emergency order.
We put a lot of confidence in the expectation that this will be enforced. We don't do this lightly, and you don't see a lot of these types of declarations come through.
I think it's been a crisis for a long time, and treating it like a crisis is going to make a big difference.
This emergency order allows the city to expedite opening more shelter, updates the rules around how police respond to homeless issues, and clarifies where people can and cannot camp.
It's cutting red tape to speed up the process for what our citizens are truly demanding. Solve this problem. Don't just better manage it.
Now, the city plans to move the people camping outside City Hall to this transitional housing site just a few blocks away. Now, the site is still under construction, but they hope to have people moved in by Thanksgiving.
I just want to be stable again, have a safe place where I can leave my stuff, go out and work, and return to a normal life.
Something the city hopes to help people like Haswell achieve.
This is important. This is special. This isn't just a political stunt. This is serious, and we expect it to be carried out, and it gives the staff the authority to do that, and it's done.
Vancouver also signed 2 other emergency orders, including one that lets it use a certain amount of public property for large sanctioned homeless camps. Now to an update on an apartment fire in southeast Portland. It broke out just before 6 o'clock this morning near 29th and Clinton. When crews arrived on scene, they say they saw flames coming out of the front of the complex. Everyone did make it out safely. So far, no word how the fire started. Authorities say they need your help finding this missing foster child from Clackamas. She's 15-year-old Nevaeh Rohrbach, but she also goes by the name Rihanna. She was last seen October 7th, and since then, she's been spotted at homeless camps in the Portland area. The girl is 5'7" with blue eyes and recently dyed blue hair. She also has a heart tattooed on her wrist and another tattoo on her finger. You're asked to call the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office with any information. Well, KGW got a hold of new data showing Portland parks are waiting for a long list of repairs to be done. We're talking more than $600 million in deferred maintenance. One example, this covered basketball court outside Multnomah Arts Center. Senior citizens hold Zumba classes here, but the court is crumbling and they say it's become a safety hazard. The Parks Department says it does not have the money to make those repairs, and as a result, some parks could close.
Are we at the point now where those types of announcements will be happening more frequently unless some funding comes in?
Absolutely. We estimate that 1 in 5 assets will close over the next 15 years if we're unable to identify a means by which to address the deferred maintenance issue.
KGW created a searchable map and database so you can check on problem parks in your own neighborhood. You'll find it on our website, kgw.com. Okay, let's head back downtown this noon, where city crews are working to set up Portland's Christmas tree. It arrived in Pioneer Square just this morning. China Green is out there live on the bricks this afternoon. So China, how's it going?
Well, the tree arrived at 10 a.m. and I'll tell you what, it's just been really slow. The tree is on the bed right now. Nothing's really happening. Just kidding. That is just the branches that's going to be attached to it later on. The tree is up. We're in full swing. Happy holidays, or the unofficial start. So yeah, it looks a little bare right now, but those branches that you just saw, they will be attaching it to the tree. It takes about 2 weeks to do that, but it has definitely been a process this morning. We watched them arrive with the tree, pull it off the truck bed, cut the base off the tree to fit inside the pedestal, and set it into the pedestal with some cheer and chants along the way. Of course, with Santa here, some witnessing it for the first time and creating new traditions.
I had no idea that this was a thing. I knew the tree lighting was, but it's because of this beautiful who's made it her tradition that brought us downtown for the delivery of it with Santa for a new tradition.
And I talked to the guy who has picked the tree for the last 22 years in a row. He's with Stimson Lumber, the folks who donate the tree. I asked him, how do you pick the right tree, the tree? He says there's a few things that goes into this, like it has to be next to the road for logistical reasons, open, grown, and full, healthy, and at least 75 feet tall, which is how tall this tree is. The tree lighting ceremony will take place the day after Thanksgiving. And 15 to 20,000 people would come to watch pre-COVID. Those in charge of the ceremony are hoping that it will be the same. So again, this tree is 75 feet tall. Apparently it was 100 feet tall, and this tree is from Elsie, if you're wondering the origin of the tree that's going to be down here. Again, the ceremony happens the day after Thanksgiving, and we are streaming that live on KGW.com and KGW+. Brenda?
It is always one big party, singing Christmas carols. Love this time of year. China, thank you.